Hi everybody, I hope you're all doing well. In this video, I'll be doing a showcase of my quarterly theory indicator. So just for some context, let's quickly cover what quarterly theory is and how it's used before I get into the actual indicator itself. The whole idea behind quarterly theory is that price moves in nested quarters. The year splits into 4 quarters, the quarters into months, months into weeks, weeks into days, and every day into 4 sessions: Asia, London, New York AM, and New York PM. Every session then breaks into 4 90-minute cycles. Going even further, those 90-minute cycles fractalize into 22.5-minute cycles, more commonly known as microcycles, and we can keep on fractalizing from there if we wanted to. So we can see that the framework behind quarterly theory is we have cycles which are continuously divided by 4. The real power of quarterly theory time cycles is being able to anticipate how the next quarter will deliver. We can know whether the current or upcoming quarter will be accumulation, manipulation, distribution, or reversal or consolidation. The sequence these phases follow is either AMDX, which is accumulation, manipulation, distribution, then a reversal or continuation, or XAMD, which starts with a reversal or continuation, then goes accumulation, manipulation, and then lastly distribution. Whichever phase we are in is how price will deliver. If we are in a consolidation quarter, we expect consolidation. Same goes for manipulation or distribution. This is super helpful because it lets us avoid unwanted conditions like consolidations and instead participate in moves at the end of manipulations and catch the real distribution. The way we would determine what phase we are in and what's coming next is by reading the previous phases. If quarter 1 consolidates and quarter 2 manipulates, we expect quarter 3 to distribute. So in this example here on my chart, we can see London quarter 1 is an X. It is a continuation of this buy model right here. We have this buy model right here. London quarter 1 is a continuation of that. We'll then see London quarter 2 consolidate. So that will be our accumulation. I apologize for my drawing skills. We then see quarter 3 manipulate, taking out all these highs. We then see, and what we expect next according to our XAMD framework, which is our distribution. And if we look even further, we can see AM quarter 1 continue this market maker sell model, and AM quarter 1 act as an X, as a continuation to our further sell side liquidity. The same delivery logic applies on every time frame, so it's a fractal methodology. The same quarterly theory logic that applies to weekly cycles equally applies to 90-minute cycles. When we align multiple fractal layers, we can see exactly where we are in the move. Are we in the manipulation part of this session, already into distribution, or about to get caught in consolidation? By determining what the previous quarter did, we can predict with a high level of accuracy how the next quarter will deliver. That's the purpose of quarterly theory and how it's used. The problem, however, is drawing all of this yourself is not realistic. There are hundreds of vertical lines across all the layers every single day. Most quarterly theory tools out there mark out only the basic quarterly theory divisions, with very little user configurable options to tailor the visuals to however you prefer, and the features are usually pretty subpar. So I built this to handle the whole framework and give you a full control over how everything looks. The goal was to really give people who use quarterly theory a genuinely pleasant experience. Alright, so I'm not going to sit here and go through every single setting one by one because honestly it's super intuitive, but what I am going to do instead is just walk you through what you're actually looking at on the chart, show you what each layer is doing, and give you a feel for how customizable the whole thing is. So what we have over here is our classic display of how the quarterly theory indicator looks. Our display mode right now is set to boxes. All our quarters are being shown as boxes. However, if we want, we can make it show as vertical lines in order to clear things up a little bit. So now our 90-minute quarters are showing as vertical lines. This is customizable all the way throughout, so we can make our vertical lines for micro quarters show as well. Now, let's say I only wanted quarters to show and not micro quarters to show. I can turn off micro quarters and only show 90-minute quarters. It's all completely customizable. Now, what we can also show is EQ of the previous quarter. So as you can see right here, I'm showing the equilibrium, or 50% of the previous quarter. As you can see, we can change the color or change the line style of how it will look, as you can see right there. What we can also do is show what the previous cycle quarter high and low boxes. So as you can see right here, we're highlighting our previous 90-minute cycles, low and high candles. And this can help tell us if we're going to use these zones as support to go higher, or if we're going to use them and displace through them. So this can tell us if we're going to see a Persian revert model or a continuation model. What we can also have is our sweep settings. So as you can see, our quarters, these are liquidity levels. The high and low of these levels are key liquidity points. So we have to mark out the sweeps. Now, right here, I have only quarter sweeps showing, 90-minute quarter sweeps, and only the previous quarter. But I can change this to show more than one previous quarter. I can show 2 or even 3. So you can see the past 3 previous quarters sweeps are all showing. Now, I can also show micro session sweeps. So if I turn on micro session sweeps, I'll see all the micro session sweeps as well. We can also fully customize how our sweeps will look. We can customize the color, line style, the label which the sweep shows. We can change it to anything. We also have our Asia box. Our Asia box has its own distinct sweep levels. We can see we have our Asia high right here, and our Asia low is yet to be swept, and it's fully customizable as well. The next thing we have is our higher time frame. So as we said earlier in the video, our higher time frame is all fractal and it's the same as our lower time frame. And as you can see right here, we're showing our daily boxes within our quarterly theory framework. Quarter 1 is Monday, quarter 2 is Tuesday, quarter 3 is Wednesday, quarter 4 is Thursday, and Friday is not a part of the quarterly theory framework on the weekly time frame. So as you can see, everything is fully customizable, whether it's the boxes, the vertical lines, the sweeps, higher time frame display, everything is fully customizable, whether it's the color, opacity, line style, and everything in between. And that's pretty much it for the quarterly theory indicator showcase. There's a few other things we left out, but I'm pretty sure you guys will be able to figure it out. It's pretty simple in itself. The link's in the description if you guys want to grab it. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll see you in the next one.